Recently, I've been diving deep into the challenge of being vulnerable and seeing if it really can change my relationship forever. When it comes to forming deeper connections with others, vulnerability is often the missing link. It's the deciding factor between a surface level acquaintance and a meaningful long-term relationship. The problem is, many of us struggle to open up and be vulnerable with others. We put up walls thinking that it's safer to keep people at arm's length, but in reality, it's those walls that are holding us back from experiencing true connection and intimacy. One of the biggest hurdles to being vulnerable is the fear of judgment. We're worried that if we share our true thoughts and feelings, others will think less of us or reject us altogether. And it's that fear that's deeply ingrained in our society, where we're often taught to present a perfect exterior, even if it means hiding our true selves. Another challenge is the fear of rejection. We're scared that if we put ourselves out there, we'll get hurt or abandoned. This fear can be especially paralyzing in romantic relationships where the stakes can feel incredibly high. Then there's the fear of being misunderstood. We're worried that others won't get where we're coming from, or that they'll misinterpret our intentions. This fear can be particularly debilitating in friendships where we're often hesitant to share our deeper feelings, or fear of being seen as overly emotional or needy. Finally, there's the fear of being seen as weak. We're taught that vulnerability is a sign of strength, but it's hard to shake that feeling that if we're too open with others, they'll take advantage of us or see us as vulnerable. What if we told you that embracing vulnerability can actually lead to stronger bonds, deeper trust, and greater emotional intimacy in all of our relationships? I know it sounds counterintuitive, but when we're willing to be vulnerable, we open ourselves up to the possibility of deeper connection. And when we share our fears, hopes, and dreams with others, we give them permission to do the same, creating a safe space for mutual understanding and growth. Vulnerability also allows us to build trust with others, as they see that we are willing to take risks and to be honest with them. Now, this trust is the foundation upon which strong relationships are built, and it's essential for creating a sense of safety and security with others. Furthermore, vulnerability kind of allows us to tap into deeper sense of emotional intimacy with others. When we're willing to be open and honest about our feelings, then we create a space for others to do the same, leading to a deeper sense of connection and understanding. I've always struggled to open up in relationships about my fears and my insecurities. I was scared that they would think less of me, or that they wouldn't understand where I was coming from. But one day, after a bit of a life-changing experience, to be honest, something just clicked. I finally worked up the courage to have the conversations. And you know what? It has been incredibly liberating, really. My partner listened with empathy and understanding, and I felt seen and heard in a way that I never had before. It was a turning point in our relationship, and it marked the beginning of a deeper, more meaningful connection between us. I realized that vulnerability wasn't a weakness, but mostly a strength, and that it has the power to transform our relationships in profound ways. So what does it all mean? It means that embracing vulnerability can change our relationships forever. It means that we have the power to create deeper connections, stronger bonds, and more meaningful relationships. And it also means that we can experience a sense of freedom and liberation that comes from being our true selves. If you've struggled with vulnerability in your relationships, I'd love to hear about it in the comments below. And, if you're interested in learning more about emotional growth and connection, be sure to check out my video on building empathy in relationships. And be sure to tune into the podcast, where we have some amazing guests who are experts in this area.